Welcome to this edition of Titan News. I'm Connor Galloway.
And I'm Caitlin Tillman. Stay here with us as we bring you information about the people and events held throughout the school.
Attention, any freshman, sophomore, or junior, boy or girl, if you're interested in playing golf next fall, sign up with Mr. Pappas in room 132 anytime during the school day.
Recently, TV20 was out at the new Lorain High site. Inside the school, right outside the gym, is a tribute wall. The tribute wall contains bricks from all of the previous high schools. The original bricks from the old Lorain High, Southview, and Admiral King buildings, as well as bricks from the new building are included. A nice tribute to honor the past and the present.
Recently, the art classes at Lorain High and the Annex had an opportunity to participate in an Artist in Residence program. This program is part of a larger project initiated by a group who call themselves the Forward Lorain Initiative.
FLI currently is comprised of a small kickoff group formed by 1965 Admiral King alumni Bill Kulix, Alan Gonk, and Ron Airdy, and a local businessman, Steve Kepler. They plan to extend into extensive Lorain community involvement activities to better our school system and the city of Lorain in general.
The initial project is a planned outdoor sculpture for the new Lorain High campus. It will be constructed in part with sections of the old Admiral King gym outer aluminum wall.
Elizabeth Meadows, a talented metal artist sculptor from Oberlin, Ohio, visited Lorain High and the Annex to begin some informational and design sessions to get this project started. Titan News had the opportunity to speak with her.
I've been an artist for about 40 years. In addition to sculptures, I paint, I do encaustic work, I do watercolors, and I draw. I teach at the Firelands Association for the Visual Arts. I teach children and adults. I had an amazing experience here. I thought the students were very interested in seeing an artist, listening to an artist talk, and creating a sculpture. I really was not expecting as much enthusiasm as I received, and it was a great experience. It was very short, but great experience. I was surprised that about 75 to 80% of the students were very interested in either listening to me talk or work on the sculpture project, and they had a lot of really good questions. So I had a good time, and I think they had a good time as well. The surveys reflect that they enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it as well. I was really surprised at how many students were interested in the sculpture making. I think for a district that doesn't have a lot of art from kindergarten up, you've got a really amazing group of creative kids. And some of them are more geared toward design, some of them are more geared toward sculpture, some of them are art organizers. And that's what I was looking to find. So you've got some great kids, and they're, sheer talent. An Artist in Residence program is really important so that the students can actually see professional people who are working in the field of the arts in general, not just sculpture or art, but any field, drawing, painting, musicians, dancers, poets, writers. I think it just rounds out the educational experience for kids to see people in real life coming in and talking about what they do and what they have a passion for. And I think it was beneficial for the kids. A lot of them appreciated it at the Annex and here. I'm excited about the prospect of the students designing a sculpture for the new high school. I think it's really important for them to take part in a building that they're going to spend a lot of time in. I see a group of sculptures being created, with the design done by the kids in the group. I think it would be an amazing thing to have more than one sculpture And based on the interest and the age levels of the kids that we're dealing with, I think, we should be able to come up with at least 4 projects that are designed by the kids and then put on the new high school. There are about 4 locations available that we've been told we could put a sculpture or put sculptures in general. So I think this is definitely a great project. I would really like to thank the administrators of Lorain City Schools and the teachers who actually came for their own little private residency, and the students for allowing me to come into a classroom and take time during their busy schedules. And I'm also thanking the Rotary Club for supporting this project as well. And I really appreciated the teachers. The teachers were amazing, having me come into the classroom during their busy schedules. So thank you so much.
Thank you to Mrs. Meadows for talking with us, and we look forward to seeing more as this project develops.
As the school year ends, Lorain High continued the tradition of honoring those students who excel academically. The top 40 seniors, top 30 juniors, top 20 sophomores, and top 10 freshmen were invited to the banquet held at the Lorain Party Center. Representative Dan Ramos was a guest speaker, and the awards were given out.
For the class of 2018, first-year award winners for the freshmen were
Kansas Baker,
Layla Carrion,
Hannah Cooper,
Morgan Drews,
Paul Greer,
Trayvon Morgan,
Melissa Pruitt,
Danielle Seaman,
Alexis Sexton,
Rose Soto.
and Evelyn Williams.
From the class of 2017, the first-year award winners for the sophomores were
Savian Amador,
Patricia Borg,
Brianna Bracey,
Sierra Cobbs,
Araya Espedia,
Ariana Horton,
Reagan Osco,
Ray Shanae Pratt,
Emily Shelton.
Sly Worthy,
Second-year award winners for the sophomores were
Vicente Alicia,
Jem Garcia,
LaCoya Head,
Jeremiah Jackson,
Mayra Codman,
Samuel Norwalk,
Christopher Notley,
Shalana Oyola,
Caitlin Tillman.
and Joshua Whitaker.
From the class of 2016, the first-year award winners for the juniors were
Lorraine Alvarez,
Rafael Bruno,
Miranda Counts,
Tomas Delgado,
Kristen DiBernardo,
Mark Garcia,
Mecca Jones,
Lena Millsap,
Justin O'Field,
Oluwadara Olakoti,
Alberto Otero,
Brian Rivera,
Marcia Rivera,
Jennifer Soto.
and India Worthy.
Second-year award winners for the juniors were
Deanne Cobbs,
Kevin Davis,
Connor Galloway,
Emma Lutz,
Peter Medina,
Ashley Mott,
Marcus Navarro,
Alejandra Ortiz.
and Cody Santoro.
Third-year award winners for the juniors were
Brandon Bartlome,
Ziomira Busto,
Dylan Gargas,
Haley McCall,
Erica Nickerson,
Jasmine Rivera,
Bailey Sand.
and Samantha Silva.
From the class of 2015, the first-year award winners for the seniors were
Jaden Catalando,
Taisei Cheney,
Jacqueline Cruz,
Sarah Kaiser,
Christopher Mayer,
Jacob Miller,
Victor Ramirez,
Brian Ross,
Cherie Sharpe,
Hannah Shumway,
and Adiz Vasquez. Second-year award winners for the seniors were
Orlando Borges,
Roderick Davis,
Jada Fenderson,
Sterling Jeffries,
Ezekiel Negron,
Alyssa Pierce,
Brianna Rivera,
Jalexis Wobbles,
Jaleel Ross,
Rashawn Smith,
Danielle Steele.
and Matthias Vogue.
Third-year award winners for the seniors were
Kiera Bender,
Devontae Brown,
Stacey Labus,
Lori Mills,
Taylor Now,
Caleb Reynolds,
Genesis Rivera,
Sherry Rivera,
Jalian Vasquez.
and Eddie Williamson.
Fourth-year award winners for the seniors were
Malik Anderson,
Simone Brown,
Gretchen Conaber,
Tevin Lucky,
Rodolfo Perez,
Jada Robinson.
and David Tokarczyk.
Congratulations to all these students.
We apologize for any mispronunciations. The pre-engineering program here at Lorain High School recently held a fair to present their annual projects. The projects presented included a key holder, cord organizer, orange peeler, collapsing funnel, glitter collector, automatic clothes folder, backpack straps, toilet seats, and bra straps.
Titan News was there to have a few projects presented to us.
This is an automatic laundry folder, and we programmed it to actually fold clothes, as you can tell right here. We used a basic stamp program to make the motor run.
Alright, at first we made this arm to connect to the motor, and it would slide into here just like this one does here. But the problem is you only need one or the other. You either need it to bend or to slide. But when you put them both together, it like cancels out, so it doesn't go anywhere. It starts to go up and then it just falls over because this bends. So I had to redraw this up, and then we had to order a new motor because the motor we originally had wasn't strong enough to flip the panel over. So when we got that, we had to drill new holes and everything in here because the screws were too big, and we had to readjust this so that this motor could sit lower than the other one did. And then this base is here because every time we sat this on something, it would just fall off. Like it wasn't heavy enough. So we got this, found it somewhere in Bogan's room, and put some weights in it and glued it down. So now it doesn't tip over like it originally did. If we had made the whole actual product, it would be way bigger than this, and it'll have another panel here and a panel here, so that this could fold. Say if it was a shirt, this could fold one sleeve, the other side could fold another sleeve, and then this would fold the bottom up. And then we could also make it so that when you put pants on here long ways, they could fold one side of the pants over and then the other side of the pants over. So it was basically universal, it could fold anything. But yeah, this is just a prototype, so we only needed one panel just so you get like the idea.
At the end, we divide it into groups just to get some stuff done quicker because it's getting close to the end. So Elijah and myself, we did the board, and Brandon, Sturgill, and a couple other people, they did the programming, and Nate and Sly built most of the parts that go to this, and a couple of people, Sergio and On, they did all the computer stuff. So it took about 4 months to finish everything because we originally brainstormed a different idea, but the whole thing didn't go through the right way, so we had to re-brainstorm, collaborate ideas, and we came up with this.
Brandon Sturgill, and I'm a sophomore.
Abigail Maldonado, and I'm a sophomore.
Elijah Moore, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Connor Galloway.
Hello, I'm Diogene Payne, grade 11.
We're 11th graders at Lorain High, and our group has come up with a cord organizer for your electronic devices such as computers, televisions, and any gaming consoles that you may have. There are many cord organizers out there, but we believe that this is very unique in its design. Most cord organizers just wrap around the cable. They don't actually hook in to anywhere, and this hooks in and it folds up. So we think that's very special in its design. We also developed a way to interchange parts in it. If you have a larger cord than normal, you can take the pieces out, get a size that's larger, and that way you can fit your cord inside this. When we first came up with the idea, we all started to brainstorm ideas on what we're going to do for our project. Marcus Navarro, he's in 11th grade too, came up with the idea of messy cables being a problem. So we immediately thought of, we started to brainstorm ideas for what the park's going to look like and everything like that. We later then came up with patent search. We needed to find out what other ideas out there because we cannot copy anyone's idea. So these two products we found were really expensive. They were like $50 to $60. These were really cheap, but they didn't do the job. We wanted something in between that did more than the products out there, but also kept the price down.
We made it to where we were able to change these parts to where if your cord was smaller, you would be able to use a smaller cord holder, and also it would accommodate larger ones as well. We also wanted to make this material longer because if there were longer cords, we would want to also be able to have a solution to cover those up as well. Yeah.
We started back like in around December. Near the end of December, we started work on this project, and we've worked on the project ever since. Like, I worked on the survey to see if it was actually a problem. Dianjane, she worked on making the actual pieces for the product using a project called Inventor on the computer. And then we 3D printed them and turned them into the prototype.
My name is Cody Dugas, and I'm a senior.
My name is Juan Santana, and I'm a sophomore.
My name's Alyssa Burnett, and I'm a sophomore. My name's Lisaida Arias Urzari, and I'm a sophomore.
We first started off by we wrote down a whole bunch of ideas and what we wanted to do. We first didn't start off with just a toilet seat. We thought about like a perfect ponytail, other things that were that we thought about. We thought about what we could do with like breaking phones and all sorts of stuff. But in the end, we pretty much came up with like the toilet seat. We surveyed people on SurveyMonkey, and they told us what they liked about toilet seats first, about like current toilet seats, like what they liked about them, what they didn't like. And so we took that into consideration, and we drew up sketches. And we thought of different sketches, and then we thought of like the heated toilet seat. Our name's the Hito Sito, and we made this out of like memory foam. It's a non-porous memory foam, so it won't like get like water or any types of like bacteria and stuff like that. So it's easier to clean. There would be like a heating element in it, maybe like a heating coil or a type of heating element. It's pressure sensitive, so when you sit on it, it starts to heat up. Like in the morning when you want to go to the bathroom, stuff like that, maybe the toilet seat's like cold and uncomfortable. So this is a double-sided tape, and this would stick to the side of your toilet, and then pretty much it would just heat up after that. And that's how we pretty much got it.
Name's Dakota Bouveret, senior. This is Jewel Baird. He is also senior, and the project was to design something that solves our problem. And our problem was that keys are disorganized and cluttered on a keyring. So we designed a more organized way of containing them, which is our product here, the Easy Key. And basically the key slides out.
So the main problem we always came up with, when you're going home after a long day at work, you're tired, it's cold out, you don't want to be flipping through your keys trying to find your house key. So we came up with this, so you just walk up, slide it out, or we come up with stickers and that to mark which key is which. So you just go up there, use it. That'll be pretty universal in that. The only one you want to put in there is your car key, which is more for safety reasons. And that. Also, when you have your keys in your pockets, they go all jumbled up. They stab you in the leg, which is very annoying. And part of the safety thing is, say you're walking to your car and that, and somebody walks up to you and says, "Give me your keys." So you give them your keys and that, and this would confuse them a little bit, and you would run off. These keys here is for your more personal life, your house, your bike, storage unit if you have one. Those are all cheap to replace, not much. As in, if they were to get your car key, you're looking at a couple hundred if they don't steal it, if you're lucky enough to have it found. So they would see this and it would distract them. You can run off. You'll still have your car key with you, so when he leaves, you can go back, get your car, and you would still have your car at least. You wouldn't have to worry about trying to find your car, calling the police, well, you still would. But they want to be able to steal your car. The most challenging part of this project was the designing. Because on the inventor, which is what we usually design on, everything always looks like it lines up on there, but when you come out and print it, nothing will ever line up. One side will either be larger than the other, it would be too wide, the grooves wouldn't line up right. So we've had, as you can see over there, a lot of different prototypes and pieces we had to make. With this prototype here, it's meant to hold 4 keys. Our final product, we want to hold 6 keys. We also want to come out with some accessories like a LED flashlight and a USB drive. To print as a total is probably maybe 8 hours of printing in that. So it took a while to get it all complete.
Thank you, students. You did a great job. And I'll tell you what, I want that glitter collector. That's a really good idea.
Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Titan News. I'm Connor.
And I'm Caitlin. Have a great summer and see you next year.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.